Hello. In this video I'd like to discuss the mind's reductionism tool and how in some ways it can be extremely useful, but in other ways it can absolutely destroy the magic of life. Every experience you have, everywhere you are, everything you can see and touch and experience in reality is so infinitely complex, and there is so much to see and do that it's almost overwhelming when you really look at the vastness of life, of reality. But what the mind does is it reduces it down to what it can understand, which is very, very little really. It labels things, and by labeling it, by putting it in a nice little package, it thinks it then understands it and knows everything there is to know about it. And when you believe that you know everything, you think that it's not worthy of your attention anymore. If I see something and think, I know all about that, I then wish I was in a place that was more exciting or more interesting. And I start craving the future again, or wish that reality was more like a past event. And you miss the world ultimately because you don't see the magic of the world. When I say the magic of the world, I mean the ever-changing, infinitely complex world we live in. So the reductionism tool, let's look at that in more detail. If I want to experience life, I have to be free of thought. I have to not reduce everything down to a nice little package. If I see a tree, calling it a tree and then going, okay, I know what that is, I can now move on with my day, that misses seeing the tree altogether. When you consciously see the tree and not try and put it into a nice little package, you truly see the tree. And you see it, you might see the leaves blowing in the wind and the reality of the tree. You see it's not just a little flat 2D image that your mind would project. If you're thinking about a memory of a tree, most of the time it's a very lifeless, dead sort of a thing you're imagining. The reality of it is amazing, and everything is when you truly see it. Where that reductionism tool is really, really helpful is in communication. If I couldn't describe what that phenomenal existence of tree was, if I didn't have a name to package that up, then I couldn't tell anyone to look at the tree, or I'll meet you by the tree, or if I couldn't sum up these little packages of life like a car or a house, then operating in the world would be very difficult. So it's really useful for communication. But if you're on your own and you're just, say, at the beach or enjoying a view, if you're on a mountain and enjoying the view, trying to work everything out is really just reducing everything down to little packages that you can explain, when there's no need to do that because you're not trying to explain it to anyone else at the time. And if you are, you can say, look at that or look at that. And then you can switch back from these little packages of life that you've reduced down, get rid of thought and experience it for the magic that it is again. So you can jump in and out of it whenever you want. And I would strongly recommend spending as much time free of labels. And when you see something, although your mind instantly might say, there's a tree, then look at it and truly see it for what it is. Spend a little bit of time looking at whatever it is you're seeing. If it's the beach, or you might see a beautiful sunset, for example. Recently I've been really paying close attention to sunsets and truly seeing the vastness and the scale of what I'm looking at. Because to you, from the distance it looks like it's a little thing in the distance. When you think about the vastness of what you're seeing, the sun is so far away it's almost incomprehensible. Then the whole sky is lit up in colour. That might be kilometres of space, or hundreds of kilometres of space you're seeing, all lit up with amazing colour. And then there might be clouds that are in front of it and things. And it's like the world's biggest, most beautiful painting that has ever been made, and you're seeing it right now. And it will never be like that ever again. So you're seeing a one-off magical painting that was created created by the world, by the universe, and you get to experience that. But if you look at it and go, oh, it's a sunset, now let me start thinking about work again, then you completely miss the magic of what is there. And that applies to everything. So yeah, I encourage you to see what is in front of you, see what's around you, and truly experience life without trying to work everything out and reduce it all down to something that you can explain, because you don't need to explain it. You don't need to work everything out so you know it, because the knowledge of it is irrelevant for 99.9% of your life. So experience life free of thought and experience the magic that is unfolding and ever changing all around you. Thanks for watching. Cheers.